Coming up this week on Virginia Dirt Pirate. So I'm guessing that this is probably an Indian. Probably. Huh. Oh wow, what the heck is that? I guess that's a button. That's weird. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's a little tiny lock. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video you're about to see was actually filmed last week. This is the video for the 1800 site that I said I was going to go look for in the afternoon. And actually I decided to go look for it first thing in the morning, and I found it and I started finding all kinds of stuff, so I decided to stay there all morning. And then later, I was going to go to the other site that I was originally going to go to in the morning, but I took a detour and I found a completely different site, and I ended up spending the entire afternoon there. Are you confused yet? I know I am. Anyhow, this is the video for the 1800 site that I found last week. I hope you enjoy. Oh, and yes, I did get a haircut. Okay, so I think I'm going to take maybe an hour or so this morning and explore this old road here, which I've been down before in the past. This is an interesting area. This area deserves another look. I'm very suspicious. I see things on a historical map that don't make sense. So I'm going to go check it out, have another look. Okay, so this is obviously where the road went. And I didn't see this before. Wasn't looking in the right area. This is obviously a pretty well-made road, and it was very well used at one time. Right on this little thin area of ridge here. Very interesting. Okay, road is still going, and we are way back in. We're further back in than I hiked the last time. So I know we're coming up to high ground over here, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, oh my gosh, this looks so good, and I didn't see any of this the last time. What's this? Is that falsing? It's up off the line. Let me check it out real quick. Okay, finally dug the thing out. I mean, it was falsing hard, and it's because it's an old hammer. So I have followed the road back to this point here, And I think there's a site right up there. I'm starting to get iron signals heading up the trail. I'm getting very excited about it. So let's go find out what's up there. All right, the road comes up and onto this isolated ridge here. And I just got this signal. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. It looks like a deep button signal. So let's check it out. It is out. Right there. Okay, pinpointer. Don't let it be a shotgun shell. Where the heck is it? There it is, right there. Uh-oh. I don't like the looks of that. Don't like the looks of that. What is that? What the hell is that? I think it's a friggin' tiny buckle. Is it? Oh my gosh. All right, let me get my phone out. Okay. Appears to be a tiny buckle. It's very interesting. Can't tell how old it is. I don't know if this is aluminum or not. That's really strange. All right, I'm going to have to do some more research on this when I get home. See if this is something old or modern. It was down a little ways. All right, let's see what else is up here. All right, something else. Let's investigate. All right, I think it's out. Maybe it's out. I don't know, we'll see. It's possible I might have missed it. Oop. All right, I didn't miss it. Mm-mm. Is that it? All right, hang on a second. Let me just grab down in here. See if I can get a hold of it. Okay, I have it in my hand. Oh, here it is. Wow. Okay. This wouldn't be a shotgun shell, would it? All right. I think it's a button. Let me go ahead and get my phone out. Okay. All right. It's a flat button. Looks like just a typical flat button. Probably early 1800s. It's right on this road here, which you can't really make out, but there is a road here. You'll have to trust me. The site that I suspect is back in here is only on my 1820 map. So this is the first significant thing I've found in this area. So we're going to continue looking, and hopefully maybe we'll find a big old iron patch. But we'll see. Okay, I think we found the site. There's a small indentation here in the ground, and there's getting nail signals. And some other stuff. Probably not a very big site, but right on kind of a little terrace here. Very interesting. I'm going to do a little bit more poking around, see what we can find here. All right, here's a good looking one. Deep. Very interesting. Let's check it out. Okay, it's out. Right about there. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. It's a button, I think. No, it's not a button. It is a penny. All right, let me get my phone out. All right, so I'm guessing that this is probably an Indian. Probably. Not for sure. It is an Indian. Ah! 3 weeks in a row. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me clean it up and see what the date is. And it is another nice Indian. 19, right. This one's an old one. This is 1882. And once again, it is nice. It is very nice. Wow, there's just Indians all over the place around here. I'm loving it. Okay, this looks like a shotgun shell. But let's go ahead and dig it anyway. Okay, it's out. See if we can find it real quick. Shotgun shell. Okay, here's a deep low tone. So let's go ahead and dig that up. All right, it's out, and I think I see it right here. Huh. Oh, wow, what the heck is that? That's different. Okay, it looks rather fragile. Let me get my phone out. Well, this is really weird. It says wizard on it. Has a functioning clip on one end that still functions. It has another clip type thing on the other end. And I found it right near where I found the Indian head penny. The Indian head penny was right there. And this was right over here. So, and it was down about the same depth. So that's really unusual, and I'm going to have to probably get some help with it, but I'm certainly going to have to do some research. Okay, here's another one. Same area. Good and solid, down a ways. Still could be a shotgun shell though, but we'll check it out. All right, it's out, and it's not a shotgun shell. That's weird. It kind of looks like maybe a rivet or something. I don't know. What the hell? All right, let me get my phone out. I don't know. I want to say it's a rivet or something, but I'm not really sure. I'll take a good look at it later. Okay, well, this looks like a good solid signal. Let's have a look. Okay, it's out. And it's bringing up much higher now. Apparently I kicked it out all the way over there. Alright. Pinpointer shouldn't have too much trouble finding that. There it is. What the hell is that? Oh my gosh. It's a little tiny lock. It's a little tiny lock. Oh my gosh. Wow. Huh. With the lock slide and everything on it. Oh my gosh. Let me get my phone out. Let me clean it up and take a good look at it. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's a little tiny lock. Obviously a mid-1800s. This one's like made of brass though, or bronze or something. Except for the locking piece. It looks like that's iron. That's really weird. I haven't seen one like this before. Huh. Don't see anything on the lock slide. Very cool. Have to do a little bit of research on this when I get home. Okay, well here's a rather faint signal here. Deep. Actually, it looks pretty good. All right. Let me dig it up. Hopefully it's not pulsing. Okay. It's out. Looks like it is right here. All right. Come on, pinpointer. Oh, that was easy. Is that it? Okay. I think that's probably a button. I think. Okay. I guess that's a button. That's weird. Okay. Let me clean it up and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I don't think this is a button. I think this might be a coin. Let's see, I do not feel a shank. That's weird. Okay, it very well could be a small scent. All right, let me do a little bit more work on it. Nope, it's a button. I was just confused. Okay, I did not feel a shank at first, but it's there. It's there all right. Okay, looks like possibly an early 1800s flat button. I can't tell if there's any kind of a back mark on it, but I will clean it up when I get home. Okay, and here's another one. Right next to that one, the signal looks very similar. And let's see, what's the depth on it? Yeah, it's down there ways too. All right, let's have a look. Okay, it looks to be out. Good solid signal. I bet you it's probably another button. Right there. All right. That should be an easy one. There it is. Huh. Yep. It looks like a button, all right. Ugh. Don't feel a shank. All right, let me clean it up. Yep, another flat button. Very similar to the last one. I hope some of these have back marks on them. They look like probably early 1800s flat buttons. But I'll clean it up when I get home. Okay, well that'll do it for this site for today. Very interesting little site. I knew it was there. I could see it on the map, you know, just not much left of it. You know, just a small hole in the ground, some nails scattered around, a few other things. But very interesting site. Deserves some more investigation. So we'll be back again sometime very soon. All right, time for the weekly wrap-up. And as I said earlier, this video was actually filmed last week. This was the 1800s site that I went to first thing in the morning. And then later on, I went to a completely different site and spent the whole afternoon there. And I ended up with so much video that I couldn't pack it all into one episode. So it had to be 2 episodes. So that's what this is. This is the 1800s site that I went to first thing in the morning. This was a site that I had looked for in the past, and I couldn't find it. I could see it on the historical map, but the first time I went there, I couldn't find any trace of it. But this time, I found it, thanks to the Manticore. And there was a lot of nails and things and iron in the ground. One of the first things I found was this big old hammerhead. It's a ball peen hammer. This thing was about a foot down in the ground. Found some other interesting things there too. This is a very curious little item here. This is called a wizard cuff holder. And if you look closely, it says wizard on it. And then over here, it says patented February 5th, 1889. This was something that was popular during the Victorian era. And I went online and got some information on it. And apparently the wizard cuff holder is more of a niche item. and it was patented in 1889. This metal clip was designed to securely hold detachable cuffs in place. One end of the clip would likely have been fastened to the inside of the shirt sleeve, with the other end gripping the cuff. And the reason for this was that in the Victorian era, frequent and easy laundering was not possible. The most easily soiled parts of the shirt, the collar and the cuffs, could be detached and washed separately, saving time and labor. Different cuffs could also be interchanged to create a new look, or replaced entirely if they became worn out. So that was the idea of the wizard cuff holder. So a very interesting little item there, and I have seen them online at a couple of the different auction sites in much better condition than that one, though. Aside from that, found a couple of coins. This one is a new zinkin from the 1980s. This one here is yet another Indian, and this one is an 1882. In reasonably good shape. I kind of screwed up the patina a little bit on it, but it'll be all right. Found several flat buttons. This one is just a generic flat button. These two have back marks. This one here has that weird script again that I can't read. I mean, I can see the letters clearly, but I just can't make it out. On the bottom it says standard. So, and it's a nice button, has a full shank on it and everything. And this one here says warranted color. Also found a small lock. This is one of the what they call the Mickey Mouse ear locks, and these were I think they started making these prior to the Civil War. These were popular during the mid-1800s, but I haven't ever seen one this small before. This must have been for a little lockbox or something. I'm used to seeing Mickey Mouse ear locks that were much bigger, like these here. So that was something that was very interesting to find. This is a very interesting site, and not a huge site, but a site that I will probably be getting back to before too long. Anyhow, next week, I think there's another mid-1800s site that I'm going to go visit and have a little fun poking around there, see what I can find. And then I'm going to try to get to the turn-of-the-century site that I haven't been able to get to for the past 2 weeks. But we shall see. Anyhow, if you like what you saw today, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, dig it all, fill in your holes, and leave nothing but footprints.